What if you had the resources you needed for your mental health right at your fingertips? Imagine a world where our mental well-being is prioritized just like our physical health, and where we have access to the tools and support we need. That's exactly what the Make Mental Health Matter show is all about. Join Kelli Melissa Reinhardt, a true warrior for mental health, founder of Make Mental Health Matter nonprofit, author, and wellness coach. This show is your gateway to breaking down the stigma surrounding mental health. Tune in for enlightening conversations, expert insights, and empowering stories that will not only increase awareness, but also provide education about mental health. It's time to have those hard conversations, prioritize your well-being, and make your mental health matter. Your mental wellness journey starts here.
Welcome to another episode of the Make Mental Health Matter show. I'm your host, Kelli Melissa Reinhardt, and I am excited. So last week, or was it last? Yeah, last week, I was back in studio, which hadn't happened in a really long time, and now we're going virtual again. But it's because my guest today, we have a special guest that is not in Colorado, so you have to go virtual. But I'm excited because I love how, without planning, my guests that come on, they tend to follow up with what we have talked about in the past. And so this one is going to be just following along with the conversations that we've been having. And one of the important parts of mental health, mental wellness, whatever you want to call the word. I know that some people don't like the word mental health anymore and they like wellness. But I think overall, we all have mental health. It is our brain, and it really only functions when we have good things that we put in our body. So whether it is your food, like we had a conversation with Cheryl a few weeks ago, really about eating the rainbow, and then talking with psychologists last week. It's really like, how can you figure out what is going on and then move through those feelings, emotions, or maybe you have trauma that you need to work through. And then moving in to really the space of health, right? Like, what does health look like for you? What are the foods that you're putting into your body? And how can you tap into some really great things that are already available to you? So I'm not going to ramble anymore. Without rambling too much, let me introduce my guest, because I'm sure he can tell a little bit better than I am. So Axay Shah is a plant-based health advocate, Kirkus starred author, and founder of Raw Foodist. At 67 years young, he has lived 100% plant-based raw food lifestyle for 16 plus years, documenting complete health transformation across 21 plus years of medical records. With zero medications and zero chronic diseases, Akshay completed his eighth marathon in March of 2026 and is training for his ninth. His book, In Nature We Trust, a raw food manifesto for energy, healing, and longevity, was accepted into the Library of Congress and curated by India California. Through his Energy System Dysfunction framework, Akshay bridges nutrition, mindset, and lived experience to support whole person well-being. And his philosophy is, if it's not made by Mother Nature, it's not going on my plate. So now you know why I was ranting. So without further ado, let me bring Akshay. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you, Kelly, for such a nice introduction. Thanks for having me on your show. Yes, I also believe mental health matters. It matters more than even the physical health. And we as a human, we consumes almost 20 to 25% of our energy just for brain. And if the lack of energy, that is the cause of all the issues physically and mentally. So yes, I am ready here. Just ask me question, but I want to just tell people that I am not a doctor. I am not nutritionist. I am a businessman now turned into the health advocate. Since last 16 plus years, I am on raw food. I experiment on myself. I put my 21-year health record open to public so people can see. I put that record also on my book. So here is not just my talk, my data also going to talk with me.
I love that. And so as I was ranting, I had a guest a couple weeks ago. She was 77 years old, or 77 years young, really. And she talked about eating the rainbow and how it helped actually her. She had three different challenges or disorders, diseases, whatever you want to call them, that she overcame. Autoimmune diseases, really, that was the diagnosis, but that she overcame, really shifting into whole foods. So I love the fact that I don't ever like super plan out all my guests because I just love the casual flow. But I would love for you to tell the audience just a little bit more about your story. And is this something that you've always done, or was it something that you found?
No, this was, I can say, it was Mother Nature calling. At age 50, I noticed that, I don't have the same energy what I had in 30s and 40s. So I went to doctor, and doctor says, well, it's all good, nothing wrong with you. It is the process of aging. You are getting old. You are 50 now. and it, so that hit in my mind. I said, well, I don't want to be like other people, like in 60s and 70s. They are now almost they cannot do their own activities. They are not independent. They're all those things I was watching, and I wanted to do something before it happens to me. So I looked in the nature. And in nature, what I observe is human is the only species eating cooked food. All other species eating raw food, regardless whether he's a vegetarian or non-vegetarian, but raw food. So I wanted to do that experiment on myself, and I started on the December 6th. December 5th, we were celebrating my mother's birthday, and I said in the party that, hey, I want to go on raw food on January 1st, New Year resolution. And my brother-in-law says, hey, what is in 1st January? Today is your mother's birthday and you already ate? It hit in my mind. I said, yeah, what is in 1st January? So I started doing that on 6th of December 2009. It was just experiment. It was just curiosity. I wanted to see what happens to my body. And within 3-4 weeks, I started feeling a great energy. That was the one noticeable difference I saw. And so that day and today, I'm still doing that. I'm really grateful to Mother Nature that they gave me the clue how to take care of your mental and physical health. And I'm very happy for that.
Yeah, I mean, I love the when you go to the doctor and you're like, you're fine, you're just getting old. And you're like, is that really the answer that I want to hear? No, right. Nobody wants to hear that. And you're like, but really, I shouldn't be feeling like this lack of energy and all the things, right? So I am 40, I'm going to be 46 actually in a couple weeks. And I also had gone to the doctor at one point in time and more for premenopausal type of things. And they're like, no, no, you're good. Your blood work's fine. Everything's fine. And I was like, is it though? So it's one of those like, hey, I want to figure out what's going on. And then I love that you shifted into, you're like, I don't know, I'm going to try it and see if it works out. And then it became a thing that you did.
Yeah, yeah. So happy birthday in advance,
Thank you.
Enjoy the birthday, enjoy the health and mental and physical health. Yes, so it was when I started, people called me crazy. They said, what whole world is eating cooked food? Why you want to eat raw food? My own sister, 6 years elder than me, she says, Akshay, you cannot eat raw food. You're going to fall sick. I said, who said that? She says, mom said that. I said, yeah, I know that. She told me too. But I got to try. And because there is no medical data that raw food kills anybody. So there is no actually any study. It's till today when there is no study. So I wanted to try. Even my nephew, he was a valedictorian coming out from the high school. He had 7 years of scholarship for the medical school. He sent me so many medical articles that, uncle, don't eat raw food. It is dangerous. It can cause a lot of problem later on. And I respected that out of love and concern. He sent me all those articles. But as a stubborn person, as a rebellious person, I said, well, let me try. If I fall sick, I will quit. I'm not just going to continue if I'm going to fall sick. And that same guy, same nephew, now become an oncologist, and he says, "Uncle, keep doing what you are doing," because now he is seeing my data. He's not just discussing with me, what you are doing, how. No, no, no. This is the data. Fantastic. Keep going. So
That's
yeah, that
awesome.
that is how I started, and now that's what I want to bring, that awareness, that health. You have control over your mental and physical health. Doctors can help you, parents can help you, neighbors, friends, relative, cousins, all can help you, but you as an individual person has a primary responsibility to take care of your mental and physical health.
Yeah. And so, where do you live?
I am in Los Angeles.
Nice. Okay. So, Los Angeles, and that I was wondering if you were in California or, yeah, where you are living. And so, if I think about Los Angeles, I don't really think of it as being like the cleanest place to eat raw food.
So that's the challenge. And I'm traveling also. I used to travel a lot. Now I'm not traveling that much, but still I'm traveling. See, people always think about the hurdles. People think about why not to do it. And I think otherwise. If there is a issue, there is a solution. For every problem, there is a solution. Only thing is you have to think about it. You have to think out of the box. And that is the only way you can have the proper solution. Now, a lot of people, oh, you cannot eat raw food. I say, why? There are a lot of pesticides and these and chemicals. I say, okay, I have not seen anybody died because of that, but I know a lot of people died because of eating processed food. Now, I'm not saying you blindly just eat raw food. No, you have to be more cautious, more aware what you are putting in your mouth. This is your body. It is your responsibility to take care and make, when before you make decision, you have to understand that, hey, whether this food is going to help me or hurt me. If it is going to hurt you, don't eat. It's that simple. And so, chemical and this, that, wash it well, wash it twice, 3 times, 4 times with vinegar, wash with the warm water, whatever you want to do. Buy organic, grow your food in your backyard. Luckily, I have 30 fruit tree in my backyard. But you don't have to have all those stuff. This is all excuse not to go for it. And then instead eating healthy food, they're eating junk food. One side, there are a lot of people, they're claiming, oh, this chemical and this, that, and so what you are eating even worse than chemical. That is not actually even the food. It's so gross that, people are eating the thinking that it is food. It is junk. It is not absolutely zero food. I mean, the person, doctor came on the 60 Minute. He said that 4,000 ingredients we are eating in USA, which is banned in Europe. Only 400 out of their 4,000 is allowed. So 3,600 food ingredients we are eating, thinking that it is food. It is not a food. So that is all, we have to understand that, and I'm a businessman. I understand every industry. I'm not against any industry. I'm not against, but they have to make money. They have to fulfill their responsibility to show the profit to their shareholders. And they are doing that very well. But how well you are doing, they don't care whether you're falling sick or not. All they want your money from your pocket to their bank. That's it. That's the bottom line. And they can do advertisement, they can claim anything. And we gullible people, we fall on their trap. We believe what all that they say. Hey, this protein shake is so good. This is so good. Omega-3 is so good, and everything. People are blindly believing it. And I don't understand, as a rational person, how one can believe at par whatever they claim in advertisement they are doing it. But well, that this is the reality, and I'm enjoying it. I want to share my experience, my 2 cent with the people. So if they want to accept it, it's fine. If not, still fine.
Yeah, I know. You can't will anybody or make anybody, right? The saying, you can't lead a horse to water and make it drink. I definitely think about that. We have to go to our quick first sponsor break, but when we get back, I have a question, and I kind of want to go into like what are the actual foods that you're eating, because I do have a couple things that are popping up into my mind. So we'll be right back after this quick sponsored break.
What if you could transform your mental health journey with just one question? Have you ever wondered what it would be like to prioritize your mental well-being like never before? What if you could transform your mental health journey with just one question? Have you ever wondered what it would be like to prioritize your mental well-being like never before? Well, now's your chance. Introducing Make Mental Health Matter, the show that's changing the conversation about mental wellness. Join us every Monday on Dream Vision 7 Radio Network at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Time as we delve into insightful discussions, expert advice, and inspiring stories. Hosted by Kelli Melissa Reinhardt, a warrior for mental health. This show is your guide to breaking down the stigma surrounding mental health and discovering valuable resources to enhance your well-being. So, are you ready to take charge of your mental health journey? Tune in and let's make mental health matter together.
Feels good to feel good. Food that's
And like that, we're back. If you
All right.
happen, I had a couple technical difficulties with my commercials there, but if you happen to be just joining the Make Mental Health Matter show, thank you so much for tuning in or watching, whether you're watching or listening. My guest Axay and I are chatting about his journey with eating raw foods. And I know you talked about how when you were 50, you went to the doctor and they were like, you're just getting old. And that just didn't feel like it was the answer. And so you started this journey and you're like, I'm going to try it. We'll see how it works out with eating raw foods. And so I want to talk about like what that specifically is because in my mind, so I'm in Colorado and we have farmers markets every single Sunday during the summertime in one of the small towns. And those foods to me, because they come generally always right from the farmer, those are raw foods that don't have the pesticides, the herbicides, the chemicals that maybe you would get in the grocery stores. And then thinking about the organic, I also think about poke, which is something that I have never tried personally. That I believe is a raw food, but can you talk about like what are raw foods? Like, what do you actually consume?
So, Kelly, yeah, it's a nice question, good question. But let me tell you, most of the people think that way. I would like to make you understand that is not the actual issue. Going for nutrition, raw food, and organic food, and all those stuff, that is secondary. The first thing is mindset. First of all, if you think that okay, the raw food is good and cooked food, any food which is not good or junk super food or super processed food, those things, first of all, you have to understand why, what. If you don't understand why and what, and then only you are following somebody's book or somebody's plan, it's not going to work. First, we as a person has to understand that why we are eating any food. If we are eating any food, and it's like, okay, most of the people, including me, I was addicted to food. Whatever I see, I okay eat because why? Because I like it. I like the taste. Whether I'm hungry or not hungry, that's secondary. The most important, if it is in front of me and if I like it, just gobble it. That was the mindset I had. Now I changed that mindset. I'm not eating anything if I'm not hungry. So first thing is mindset. Then right now, anybody who wants to go for raw food, I would like to suggest that don't do it. First, understand why you are doing it. Second, it's like we all are addicted to something. I was as an Indian, we used to eat so much. I used to eat so much, and any family program, any event, food is the most important thing in any party. Everything else is secondary. If the food is bad, the party is bad. So that's how the mindset is, and still people are doing that. Not for me, but other people. So first of all, to break the habit, you have to accept it that okay, this food, whatever I am eating, is not helping me. I have to go to doctor. I have to pay bills. I have to take medication, and there is a problem that after maybe 10, 20 years, I'm going to have even more problem. I want to be proactive at whatever age, 40, 50, 45, whatever age you are. Now I want to proactive, and I don't want to go in that route where other people are going. That once you accept it, that you have to embrace it first. Once you embrace, now you have to evolve. Okay, now what I can do? So in your case, in Colorado, if the farmer markets are there, don't worry about anything. Don't worry about nutrition. Don't worry about this or that. Just first, you have to break the bad habits. So that bad habits can end only if you reward yourself with the good habit. So whatever you like and whatever available in the season, whatever it is, start consuming that. Once that is the key. Once you break the ice, once now the bad habit is gone, you started consuming the whatever raw food available in the season, in the area, start using it. Then now you are going to see the difference. Now you have confidence that I can do it. Without that, if you follow, because I am eating sweet potato and so you have to eat sweet potato. That is not going to work, because I am different. I have now 16 years. My body is tuned for certain thing, and your body is not tuned. So it is like this: if you never ran 100 meter and you want to run marathon, it's not going to work. You have to train yourself.
Yeah.
This is that you have to, again, your program is make mental health matters. This is the first thing. This is the mindset. You are taking charge of your body and mind health, mental health, and then this is going to give you, it is going to automatically navigate that, hey, okay, you know what, this fruit you ate, this vegetable you ate, now you are started feeling better. Now keep changing, don't eat same food for months and weeks. That is something. Now, but even if you eat for 1 week, the whole whatever you like, don't worry about it. Even 3 week, 2 3 week you eat, because I guarantee you, because of that food, you are not going to fall sick. Only thing right now, you are rewarding yourself eating something which is your tongue and your palates like it. Your brain is also accepting it because you love that food, whatever that food is, and make it delicious. I'm not eating just a raw salad. I never ate that. In the evening, when I chop my vegetable, let's say sweet potato, I put a lot of salsa, a lot of chutney, black vinegar. I make it really delicious food, and it is very fulfilling. It's solid food. It is not just a lettuce and cucumber. So that is, a lot of people think that when raw food, it means just salad, and no, that's the wrong thing, wrong mentality. So you have to go into it, and that is what I'm telling everybody. Number one is mindset. Get prepared what you are going to do, how you are going to do, what is the availability, and how you are going to manage it.
I love so many things just popped through my head, but one thing I also want to go back to, as you talked about in America, we all of our food, like our processed food compared to Europe. I mean, we have these long lists, whereas if you go to Europe, like it's the same exact food and it's like a super short list of ingredients that are in that. So why do we accept that as Americans? I don't know. But that's a whole nother conversation. I love that you also said is it's that mindset, right? It's not I guess I can reflect about myself too. As my husband and I, we have been starting to get better at what we eat, just because he had gallbladder emergency surgery, and he's not able to eat all the crap that we were eating before. So it's actually changed the whole all of our family and how we eat specifically, just like watching what he can eat. So it's a mindset thing, because I never thought that it would have been possible for our family to be where we're at and what we're eating based off of what we were eating before. So I love that you talk about the mindset. And I do know that you said you have a manifesto that people can go check out too.
Yes, yes. In my book, this Raw Food Manifesto, I spelled out everything, not only my experience, but also I'm giving a guardrail for people who want to start, how they can start. Mini baby step, first take it. Don't go drastic. I'm crazy. I went all the way 100%, but everybody don't have that willpower and experience. I actually, before this is age 50, I made this decision, but even when I was very young, 15 years, I did that experiment on my body when I was in Mumbai. And it's like, okay, one whole month eating nothing but salad, whole month eating nothing but mung beans. That couple of time I did that experiment. It gave me courage and confidence that, okay, I can do it. That willpower, that, okay, it is doable. When I did even long back, why not now? So that is something which I had the background everybody don't have. A lot of people, they eat meat and then they want, oh, what, plant based is not possible. And there are some people, they say it's possible. So one lady, podcaster from Florida, she read my book, and before even taking my interview, she she said, I quit meat. I didn't ask her to do, I'm not asking anybody. I'm not asking even my wife. She's not raw foodist. So this is something, if somebody wants to get healthier, I am giving them the guardrail that if you follow, it may going to help you. And then you are the person to create the rule for your lifestyle. Nobody else. Not your husband, not your children, not your parents, not your doctor. Nobody can do that what you can do it. And as an individual, again, I am saying that once you take the charge, once you become aware, let's say you want to make a lot of money. Money is not going to come to your bank walking, okay, yeah, because you want money. You have to do something. You have to first of all think about it. Then, okay, you want to create business or you want to do something. And once you do something, then money is going to walk to you. Without that, it's not going to happen. Just good wishes, good thinking is not. You have to do some action. Health is exactly the same. Everybody wants good health, but okay, what you are doing about it? Are you thinking even if you think 5 minutes about your health, mental and physical health, it will give you the clue. Hey, whatever the this thing you are doing wrong, and you are expecting good health. How is possible? So that is something which I think it's the first you think about it. Then thinking is the mother of action. Take the action. Once you think, then take the action. You make your own rule. Don't follow anybody. I guarantee you are going to get success.
Yeah, I love that. We have to go to our last sponsored break, but once we get back, we'll chat more about all of these things. So we'll be right back after this quick sponsored break.
Feels good to feel good. Food that sings a rainbow. Feels good to feel good. A joy to watch it grow. Glimmers all around us, so get out there and glow. Feels good to feel good. Let it show. Feels good to feel good. Food that sings a rainbow. Feels good to feel good. A joy to watch it grow. Glimmers all around us, so get out there and glow. Feels good to feel good, and let it show.
Have you ever felt completely alone?
Like your life doesn't matter.
One person dies due to suicide every 40 seconds.
You are not alone. Call the National Suicide Lifeline at 988.
Hope and recovery is possible.
1 in 8 people globally live with a mental disorder.
That's why empowering minds saves lives.
We need your help.
With only $19 a month, you help us save lives through mental health and suicide prevention education.
Scan the QR code or go to makementalhealthmatter.org to sign up as a warrior for mental health today.
And like that, we're back again. If you happen to be just tuning in to the Make Mental Health Matter show, you need to go back and watch the whole beginning of this. But thank you so much for tuning in. Axay and I are talking about his journey with transitioning into eating raw food, and also just the journey of mental health, really shifting your mindset first and then paying attention to what you're consuming, making it intentional, and also making it something that you're going to want to want to eat on a daily basis. Well, or you talked about how it's not just like eating a bunch of salad, right? Like you really intentionally put things into your body that you enjoy. You also make it taste good, right? Because there's lots of things that you can utilize. And I know, I mean, kind of going back to like we were talking about the farmers market, right? You see the difference of, or I feel like when I go to the farmers market, I see the difference of the quality of the food. It's really like the strawberries. That was the biggest thing that popped into my head because they had strawberries and they were so big and red and they were delicious when we took some home, right? And they were actually like way cheaper than it was getting it at the grocery store. I mean, Colorado is pretty expensive, which I'm sure California is very expensive too. But I think it's that mindset. It's shifting the mindset around. So I think that what you're doing is incredible. And like you said, your wife is not doing it, but you are doing it. So really it is an individual decision and we have to choose, are we feeling really crappy? And is this something that we want to look into, or is it going to be beneficial? And our bodies have to shift with us as we do these things. It can't be just like a instant, we're changing everything.
Yes, yes. And, my wife is expert cook. She used to do a catering business. Her food is so delicious. People calls me, I'm idiot. Your wife is cooking such a nice food and you're not eating. I'm helping her to cook food. So I'm not against anything. And what I'm trying to say this is whatever people are eating, whatever their way of their culture, whatever is they're fine. Just question whatever they are eating is helping them or hurting them. If it's helping them, continue it. Then you don't need to even listen this episode. Just keep doing. But I know as a matter of fact, 95% plus people they are not in good shape worldwide. I'm not talking only USA. Worldwide, this is the problem. Obesity. And just the advertisement you made, this is the mental health. People are committing suicide. People are mentally depressed. Why all these things happen? In nature, if you see all other birds, fish, reptiles, everything is so good. All other species are thriving. If they are not, they are going to get eliminated. We as a human, we have upper age. We have a better brain. We are intelligent, but we are not using that in positive way. That's what I think. And that is the reason. So current situation all over the world is become so mechanical, become so artificial. Nothing is natural. Stay with nature. Our body is a part of the nature. We are the nature. It's like give example. If you take out the piece of pizza, still it's a pizza. If you take out a small piece of cookie, it still is a cookie. We, as a part of the nature, we are the nature. Once you align yourself, hey, who you are and what is happening. So if you align yourself that, okay, I am a nature, I am a part of a nature, I want to follow the rule of nature, because if you go against it, you are not going to win ever. Guaranteed. That's for sure. So what is the option? Follow the rule set by nature. And what is the rule? Okay, don't eat junk food. Don't eat processed food. Eat the natural food the way it is. All other species are eating and they are thriving. Stay with the nature, go walk on the grass, go on hiking, camping, go on beach, river, mountain, snow, whatever you in Colorado is a lot of snow. So stay with it. It is free. People are spending a lot of money where there is no snow. So whatever nature gives you, no matter where you are, if you connect with the nature, now automatically your body is going to thrive. more than body, your mind, your mental health is going to have so much benefit. The happiness is going to be automatically there. And people said that this is the nature deficiency. That is what we have. We always, from morning, open the computer, open the iPhone and any phone, and start doing the all artificial work, and not connecting with nature. That is the biggest issue. I have treadmill in my house, but I prefer to run on the street. So it gives me different. This is what I believe, and I think that okay, when you connect with the nature, when you see tree, when you see other species, water, snow, mountain, whatever, it is going to benefit you positively, 100%. Is like, and then it is going to give you some clue, and that clue is your guidance. Not guidance from me or not guidance for Kelly, is going to stay with you forever, and not going to, it is temporary. But what guidance your found truth, that is the truth for you. Other people's, whatever they say, that is their truth. So find your own truth, go to the nature, and as I said, take the note, make a log of whatever you are doing, it is benefiting or not. If you are monitoring it, if anything, let's say if you, whatever activity you do and it is benefiting you by monetarily, it is giving you a lot of money, you want to do that more. That simple. Exactly same way, if this thing helps you, keep doing more and more. Start with the 20-30% raw food, then increase to 40, then increase to 50, then one whole meal, then so gradually if you do it, you are going to see the benefit. Only thing is you have to have discipline, you have to have consistency, and you have to be honest with yourself.
Yeah, there's so much goodness in what you just said, is because I mean, I know for me, if we get busy, it's like it's easier to go grab something that's super quick, right? But even in those moments, we think about like, is it McDonald's versus Chipotle, right? Like thinking about the quality of the food that we're actually putting into our bodies, and not saying, I mean, there is still foods or fast food, I guess you could say, that is much more healthy than other foods. And it's true. You have to be honest with yourself. And I also, going back to what you were talking about, especially with the marathon, you can't just wake up one day and be like, I'm going to run a marathon. I learned, we did the Colfax Marathon, which is a run every single year, and back in May. And I was like, let's have a relay team. I had never really done a relay. I've done 5Ks, I've done a couple 10Ks, but not a relay. And I was like, yeah, let's do this. And I formed a team. And then I quickly learned, one, walking was like, I walk really, really fast. So walking was better for me than running. But it wasn't, I mean, I was like, yeah, let's do this. I trained a couple times, but not really. And then I was like, oh yeah, I probably should have started training a lot before that, right? So I love that you mentioned the marathon part too, is that you can't just wake up one day. And there were some people that day, they did the half marathon and they were done within, I mean, so fast, which blew my mind, because I was like, oh my gosh, how do you do it that fast? But then talking to people, they train for it. That's what they do, right? This is part of their life. They make that decision to stay healthy. They make the decision to train and be active more than, just letting life be life. So I think that translates especially into what you talked about with food specifically too, is that we have to make the decision then we have to get consistent with it. And it doesn't have to start, all of it, all or nothing, right? It's like those small increments that you keep adding. And then maybe it is adventuring out into other types of foods and see what works for you. And there is a very great side effect that happens with your mindset, with your body, with your wellness, your overall wellness. And if you're really in this place that you're not feeling good, try something different, I think is the ultimate message there.
Yeah, that's true. Even for marathon, anybody wants to run. I started my first marathon at age 50. I never ran before, even 1 mile. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. What I did is, okay, start first day I went and I was not knowing how far I'm going to go. I went 8 mile, came 4 mile and 4 mile coming back. And then I measured through, I took my car and say, how much I went? I don't know even. So that's how I started. Then, so whatever you can start with 1 mile. Then next day try to go 1.5 mile. Then after 1 week go for 2 mile. Then 2.5. And that little increment will one day you are going to do 20 mile. I mean, it's that easy now, because not only your muscles are toned, but your cardio, your mental, everything is in sync. Everything is working so nice, that machinery. It is and your nutrition, your even eating habit is going to change. Now because of marathon, I went on the raw food. I went marathon before, same date, same year, 2009. In March or May, I ran my first marathon out of challenge. And that challenge gave me okay, I can do it. That allowed me to now think about my health. That, hey, you know what, this is so good. And now I completed 8 marathon. I'm going to run my next 9 marathon with my son and my daughter-in-law. So that is good opportunity. This is giving. How many father-in-law can run with the daughter-in-law? It's very rare. And my dream is I want to run with my grandchildren. That is my dream. I want to stay in that shape. That, hey, one day if opportunity occurs, I want to run with my grandchildren. That is what. If I inspire even one person, that's fine. I did my job. That is what exactly the life is. It is not about money, fame, popularity. Everything is aside. The another thing is, one day I have to go. This is last inning of my life. I am 67. I want to leave behind something good for not only for my family, for the generation coming next, and for the at large at world, we want to give something better, so that it is okay. It gives meaning to the life. Otherwise, everybody lives, every animal, every okay, come to the world, eat, reproduce, and die. So yeah.
Yeah, I also think about lifespan, right? And lifespan was very, very short back in the day, right? And then it became much longer. People were living a lot longer. And then I feel like, in a way, it's kind of gone back down a little bit. And I know you talked about, there's an obesity crisis really that is happening. And I think that even the mindset, right? Like, we have a mental health crisis that is happening too. And I think that what I love is that now we're starting to have these conversations, right? Because now we need to talk about the food that we put into our bodies. We need to talk about the mindset that we have. We have to talk about being consistent and not just allowing the stresses, the media, right? Because I think media also adds a little bit of stress in there, because most of the time it's more towards the negative versus the positive. And also, like, what are you consuming? What are you listening to? What are you seeing? What are the things that people are telling you, right? And so I think all of these things coming together, but most importantly, like, what are we genuinely putting into our bodies? Like, what are we feeding our bodies, is so important. And I feel like there are a lot more people like you out there that really are helping to open up this space, because people don't really know until they know. And so I think it's great that you are sharing your experience. Like you said at the beginning, you're not a nutritionist, you are not a doctor, you are a businessman, that you chose to start publicizing your experience and your knowledge as related to eating raw foods. And so I would love, because I'm sure there are many people out there, they're like, how do I get this information? How do I really understand? So can you just share with the audience how they can find your manifesto? And then if there's a way to be able to follow you and or work with you. And then also lastly, any final thoughts that you might have?
Well, anybody can go on Amazon worldwide and they can have my book. They can enter my name, Axay, last name Shah, SHAH, and my book will pop up. I was a few weeks back, I was number one new seller. I also got accepted by Library of Congress. Just couple of weeks back, I got another is a review, which is the very big review, which is a Book Life. It's a publisher weekly. They gave me their review, which is very positive. So anybody can go Amazon and even enter the title of the book, In Nature We Trust, and this with the green apple, this book will pop up, and yeah, that's the one place where people can buy. And I have three different format. One is the digital Kindle, another one is paperback, and also hardcover. So, and it is going to available in all the library very soon. Not very soon, but I'm also working. Maybe in a year or so, 6 months, I will able to make it audiobook. So it is people are asking me, hey, if we don't have time to read the book, can you make audiobook? And I don't have time to make audiobook. Right now it is so much busy. So, but I'm going to do it. And I think, people say, hey, if you are going to make audiobook, make it your own voice. Don't give it to somebody to narrate it. So I'm thinking, I'm trying. Let's see, how much I get success. But yeah, this book is a manifesto, as you said, and I'm saying is I didn't say guide or handbook. This is something manifesto, because our body, our life is controlled by, I see, three big mafias: food mafia, medical mafia, and drug mafia. They are doing their job. They are manipulating your mind by creative advertisement and all the claims and these, that. I'm nothing against them. They are doing their job. They have to do the business. They have to make money. They have to fool you. All listeners, listen this very carefully. They are out there to fool you. It is up to you how gullible you are. If you take the control, you understand why we are eating even any food, that will give you the real knowledge, information, that okay, I can take this step, I can change my life, not just for current few years, even when I get old, when I get senior golden age. And most of the people I see, their golden age is so pathetic They cannot drive, they cannot take stairs, they cannot walk, they are on multiple pills Monday to Sunday. The box is ready, they are just popping the pills, and their hard-earned money going to either medical bill, doctors, drugs, or healthcare. Something. It is sick care. It is not healthcare. So this is something you take the decision. If you think you don't want to give your freedom, your privacy, and you want to be a confident for you want to contribute to the society. You don't want to just take from the society. Take the first baby step. Make sure you understand why you are eating what you are eating. Otherwise, I tell people, and this is kind of little rough. If you are eating without any intention or purpose, you are nothing more than poop making machine.
I love that. Yes. That's awesome. So in Nature We Trust by Axay Shah, and it's AXAYSHAH for those of you that are listening. And go check out the book. Thank you so much for coming on. This was such a great conversation, and I really hope that people hear your message. So thank you so much for being an incredible guest.
Thank you for inviting me. And Kelly, one more time, again, when you buy the book, read it. We can have conversation, deep down any particular chapter, and yeah, we can improve people's life.
Love it. Yay. All right, y'all. That was another amazing episode of the Make Mental Health Matter show. I really genuinely hope that you took some nuggets away from this conversation. Again, it's all about mindset. And he's a little bit like me. I like challenges, and then I'm like, ooh, I'm going to try that out and see how it works. But again, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. Try things, see how it works, how your body feels. And then I am pretty sure, I'm not going to guarantee you, but I'm pretty sure once you start feeling better and once you start putting fuel into your body, then you'll want to stick with it. So no matter what you do, make sure you stick with me and come back next Monday. I go live every single Monday at 5 a.m. or 5 p.m. on Dream Vision 7 Radio, or you can watch on E360 TV at 5 p.m. That is all Mountain Denver time. But I'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Thank you for joining today for the Make Mental Health Matter show. We hope you found today's episode insightful and empowering. Remember, your mental health journey doesn't end here. For more resources, support, and information, visit us online at makementalhealthmatter.org. You won't forget to subscribe to our show or follow us on social media to stay connected and continue the conversation, will you? That's right. Together, let's make mental health matter. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.